What's up, everybody? So, let me just check, make sure my audio is good. Yep. So, I came across this guy on Instagram called Dr. Joel Seedman. I'm guessing some people have heard of him, but I can't tell whether this guy is trolling people or he's insane or he's flat out a charlatan scam artist, because some of the things that I am seeing on this guy's page is unbelievable. So he says he's a PhD in kinesiology from University of Georgia. Well, based on his videos, he must have either failed or skipped the class that teaches skill transfer, which I think that they're probably not teaching skill transfer, okay? Let's go over what the purpose of an exercise is. The purpose of an exercise is to provide resistance for a target muscle group or target muscle area to work against in congruence with its muscle and joint function in order to generate enough stress, mechanical tension, really to turn on the mTOR pathway to stimulate an improvement in muscle growth and muscle size, or muscle strength and muscle size, which come as a package deal. You do not train for strength. You do not train just for size. They come together. Okay, that's the purpose of an exercise. The purpose of an exercise, and keep in mind, the only thing that transfers from an exercise is the strength. Okay, and this is the problem we're coming into here. The skill that you improve during an exercise, whether that is the ability to balance during an exercise, the ability to explode in an exercise, those do not transfer to other activities. This is the basic science of skill transfer, motor learning, and how your nervous system works. All right. The only thing, okay, so let me go over this. There are 5 general and trainable factors of functional ability. What does this mean? It means there are 5 things there are 5 improvements that you can get from a workout that are general, meaning these things transfer to everything else in life. Okay, there are only 5. Okay, muscle strength, muscle size, bone and connective tissue strength, cardiovascular, local muscle endurance, metabolic efficiency. Okay, 5 things. These are the only thing that transfer. Metabolic efficiency will transfer to all other activities. Cardiovascular, fitness and efficiency transfer to all other activities. Bone and connective tissue strength, that will transfer to everything. Muscular strength, transfer to everything. And of course, muscular size, which is the physiological adaptation. Okay, those are general adaptations. Then we have specific adaptations, completely different. These are things that are activity specific. Things like speed, power, explosiveness, balance, stability, mobility. The problem with the fitness industry is they don't understand the difference between general and trainable factors of functional ability and specific factors. All right, this is old stuff, but apparently this guy, and here's the problem. This is where appeal to authority becomes a problem, because he's a PhD, but doesn't know his ass from his fucking elbow when it comes to exercise. It's a shame. So the things that he's doing in these exercises, while they might be interesting to watch, challenging in nature, the only thing that is going to benefit the athlete in these exercises is the strength, the improvement in strength the athlete can get from the exercise. But the problem is the way he's approaching these exercises by introducing a balance challenge, by doing all this straight up fuckery, is taking away from the amount of strength the individual is going to be able to get from the exercise. So by adding in all this nonsense, he's taking away from the potential strength benefit, believing that the nonsense is somehow going to make them a better athlete. Here's the thing. He works with a lot of professional athletes. These individuals are genetic phenoms. They have a great ability to discriminate between skills, which is why these exercises appear to help them, but they don't. What is helping the athlete get better is not the stupid shit. It is their practice, okay? But the athletes don't know any better, so they do this kind of stuff thinking that it's going to help them. In most cases, if the skills too closely resemble the competition, then you'll have what's called a negative skill transfer. In this case, you will have no transfer. You can have a positive transfer, no transfer, or a negative transfer. All right. What is an example of a positive skill transfer? I want to get better at shooting a basketball. I go and I shoot that basketball. I don't shoot the basketball into a laundry basket. I don't shoot the basketball into a garbage can. If I want to get better at basketball, I shoot the basketball into a basketball hoop, okay? The laundry basket and the garbage can are similar to a basketball hoop, but we obviously know that if we wanted to get better at basketball, we don't go practice shooting it into a fucking laundry basket, right? Okay, we shoot it into a basketball hoop. By shooting it into a basketball hoop, we will have adequate, efficient, effective, identical practice and a positive skill transfer. What's an example of a negative skill transfer? Okay, if I want to get better, we'll start with no skill transfer. Okay. Shooting a hockey puck is going to have no skill transfer to getting better at shooting a basketball. You're shooting something, but you're not practicing the exact skill. Okay, so the further the skill is from what you're trying to improve, the more different it is, the less crossover you're going to have. You're going to have no skill transfer. Okay, so shooting a hockey puck is not going to affect neither positive nor negatively my ability to shoot a basketball. Okay, now let's talk about negative skill transfer. When the skill you are practicing very closely resembles the skill you're trying to improve, but is not exact, you will have a negative skill transfer. Here's a good example. Let's see, I use so many examples. One really good example is, say I practiced juggling, and I juggled this headphone case. I juggled 3 of these. I practiced juggling these headphone cases, right? But then I went to juggle Xbox controllers. We know that if I practiced with these and then decided to use these, I would not be as good. Why? Because the object has changed. I would have a negative skill transfer. So if I wanted to improve my ability to juggle headphone cases, but I practiced, if I wanted to improve my ability to juggle Xbox controllers, but I practiced using headphone cases, it would not improve my ability to juggle the controllers. Why? The object is different. Very, very close. Too close. They're too close to where this would have a negative transfer. Okay. Now, what Dr. Joel Seedman here is doing is something that will result in no transfer. These skills, these complicated movements he's having these people do will have indifferent, no skill transfer, and not improve their skills in any of their sports. Why? Because although they appear to be similar movement patterns to the skills they would practice in sports, such as, throwing a baseball or whatever, they're so vastly different, not going to make a difference. Okay. Because when it comes to a skill, there is so much precise timing, precise muscle fiber recruitment, precise amounts of force that are generated through particular skills and movements that if you start adding, so say for instance, a good example here, and it's something that the MLB will never accept because it is so drowning in tradition. The weighted bat, okay? For most people, practicing and warming up with a weighted bat will fuck up your timing when you step up to the plate and hit a baseball without the weight so much, it's insane. That will have a negative skill transfer. Why? Because your body is used to swinging a very specific weight of a bat. It's a very specific muscle recruitment pattern. There's very specific amounts of force required to do that movement. I throw a weight on the bat. It's a completely different skill. Not a lot of people notice this. But when you take the weight off the bat, it feels lighter. So people are under the impression that it's going to make them swing the bat faster. It is not. Weighted baseball bats will result in a negative skill transfer. It very likely fucks up the timing of most MLB players, but they're so superstitious. You ever see an MLB player, they got to tap and do all the shit before they take every swing because they're so fucking superstitious. They're not getting rid of the weighted bat. Most normal individuals, but the thing is, MLB players are very good skill discriminators. Their nervous system is so fucking ridiculous that their nervous system will be able to immediately discriminate between the two, which is why the weighted bat doesn't fuck them up. It does literally nothing, okay? But what this guy is doing will result in no skill transfer. What this guy is doing is making every exercise less effective, less efficient, and more dangerous. I don't know if he's aware of this, but this is basic motor learning science we've known forever. And for some reason, this guy either never learned it or he's fucking dumb. I think he's very stupid. And he's what's called unconsciously incompetent. The Dunning-Kruger effect. He probably smoked weed through his whole PhD in kinesiology, passed with a C-, and didn't retain a single fucking thing, and now he does this shit. By the way, with the programs, if you think you put your email in wrong, email me. And I'll correct the email. Also, check your spam folders. All right. Yahoo, Gmail, sends it to spam every time. And there's nothing I can do about it. I've tried. So let's look at a couple of stuff. By the way, if you want an actual research-based, physiology-based workout plan that will get you in the best shape of your life with just 2 workouts a week that should not last any more than 30 minutes, go to goldenerasystem.com. You buy my Golden Era System, and you get 2 additional programs for absolutely free. My arm program and my home HIIT workout program, which involves a lot of rehabilitative exercises for your knees, shoulders, things like that. So if you are frustrated with your results, if your results have sucked, Golden Era System will give you literally instant results. Swear to God. if you do not have time to go to the gym. This program requires 2 workouts a week. That's it. If you did 3 workouts a week, I promise you, your results will not be any better. 3, if you have joint pain or an injury, Golden Era System will allow you to train and not only avoid an injury or exacerbating the current injury, it will reverse that injury. Guaranteed. This is the only program you should be doing, okay? And watch how the fitness industry change after I start putting this content out, right? I'm going to go over a couple of these exercises, explain why they're wrong, get into some questions. We'll do about 45 minutes today. Again, please like, subscribe, share. Go to goldenerasystem.com, pick up my program. I'm still running the special. It will be the best program you've ever tried, okay? So let's go into his stuff. Keep in mind, I have not looked at I have not gone through these videos. I went through this one, okay? All right. Eccentric isometrics protocol. There's no isometrics here. This is just eccentric. It's not even eccentric. This is how clueless this guy is. Extension pullover exercise using eccentric isometrics. Dude, none of that makes sense. This is not a pullover exercise. This is external rotation with triceps extension. What is he talking about? Eccentric isometrics? No such thing. There's no such thing as eccentric isometric. Something can be an isometric or it can be eccentric. I think he's trolling, or he must literally be that stupid. Unbelievable. This, okay, is not therapeutic for shoulders. How? You know what's therapeutic for a shoulder? Making the shoulder girdle stronger without fucking it up in the process. What is this going to do? When you externally rotate and load in a position of shoulder flexion and external rotation with a weight, guess what you're doing? You are pulling on your shoulder girdle in a weak position, and you're going to create an injury. I don't know why this guy thinks he knows what the fuck he's talking about. This is malpractice. Insane. Look at this asshole. Unbelievable. The goal of an exercise, everybody, the goal of this exercise is to train the target muscle group, which is the shoulders. Okay. Standing on one leg and trying to balance while you're doing it is taking away from your ability to fatigue that target muscle group. Doing this on one leg, just because it feels harder to balance, that balance challenge will not improve anything in your body other than your ability to balance on one knee with kettlebells in your hand. This balance and this stability does not transfer. Yes, this does involve the abdominals. It involves the lower back, but it does not effectively provide resistance against those muscles enough to stimulate them to respond. This is an inefficient, ineffective, fucking stupid way to barely train your shoulders. He's ruining athletes is what he's doing, okay? Let's look at this guy. Oh my God, what the fuck is this? What's he doing? Wow, he's saying 0 injuries, 0 NFL athletes. So this is how he's trying to prevent injuries? Wow. "90-degree centric isometric protocol." He's trolling you guys. I don't know if this guy is extremely stupid or he thinks you're extremely stupid. Look at him. He's pushing him around. Why? Oh my God. What the fuck is this? I gotta meet this guy. Perturbation training has been shown to be an effective method for improving stabilization. No, it hasn't. Proprioception, balance, and body control. No, it hasn't. Unpredicted oscillations and perturbations teach the athlete to dial in their mechanics by controlling the body. Dude, your ability to control your body is going to be activity specific. Where on earth? Oh my God, this is fucking asinine. This is ridiculous. Holy shit. Oh my God. What else we got? What the fuck? Look at this. What? Okay. Oh my God. What the fuck is that? Dude, that's bad. All of these exercises, doing an exercise explosively will not make you more explosive on the field. What makes you more explosive? Strength. The strength, if you get stronger, that strength will make you more explosive on the field, but you do not need to train with explosiveness to build strength. You don't have to move anything at all to build strength. You simply have to create enough tension in your muscles to stimulate the mTOR pathway. You do this holding shit in place. The belief that training explosively transfers to explosiveness on the field is wrong. Explosiveness is a combination of strength and skill. Okay? Consider the first time you throw a baseball. You probably throw it like trash, right? Then 5 years later, you can throw a baseball really hard with more explosiveness. What happened? You got better at throwing a baseball. Skill. Okay. Say you can curl 100 pounds for one repetition. You cannot get two. Actually, consider this. Consider you can curl 50 pounds for 10 repetitions. Cannot get the 11th. Then you get strong enough to the point where you can now curl 100 pounds for 10 repetitions, cannot get the 11th. Do you think you'll be able to move that previous 50 pounds faster with more explosiveness? Yes. Why? Because you've gotten stronger. Explosiveness is a combination of a specific skill and strength. And you do not want to practice that skill with load, and you can get stronger without moving explosively. All moving explosively does is generate higher peak forces and make your exercise more dangerous. These athletes are wasting their fucking time. Unbelievable. Oh, Mamma mia. Okay. So that's Joel Seedman. Don't train like this. Don't train like this. It's so unbelievable. It's so fucking unbelievable how people follow this shit. Like, unfortunately, pro athletes just don't know any better. Look at this. He's doing a curl with offset loading is more beneficial than we thought. According to what, you fucking idiot? Look at this guy. Oh my God, dude. Wow. Anyway, Joel Seedman, complete charlatan, troll. No, I think he's just really fucking stupid. Really stupid. Now I'm going to go into some questions. Again, goldenerasystem.com. You're getting all three of my programs. And he says his athletes didn't get hurt. I ain't buying that for a second. He's literally increasing their chance of injury. Unbelievable. Okay, how does HIIT apply to vertical jump training? So, remember what I said. Explosiveness, your ability to jump in general, is a combination of both strength and skill. If you want to jump higher, first of all, there's going to be how high you can jump is extremely genetic. Extremely. Basically, it's the affinity of what is it? It's the troponins affinity for calcium in the motor nerve is really what determines how fast and explosive you can contract. And troponin's affinity for calcium is genetic. Affinity meaning sensitivity. You have this thing called troponin. It interacts with calcium, and the more sensitive troponin is to calcium, the faster it will allow a motor nerve to contract, the more explosively you'll become, and pretty much the higher you can jump. There's also structural geometry in your body that determines how high you can jump, fiber type distribution. But if you want to improve how high you can jump is not going to be up to you. For instance, I had a 39-inch vertical jump when I did my high school scouting combine for college. I was always able to jump high for no fucking reason. Just always could. And run fast. But if you want to improve your ability to jump, what are the muscles involved with jumping? Jumping is a hip extension. Right? Glutes are the prime mover in hip extension. Quads, knee extension, hamstrings. You want to jump higher? The primary muscle group you're going to want to make stronger is your glutes. The second muscle group you're going to want to make stronger is your quads. The third, hamstrings. Okay. There is no actual force of, there's no knee flexion against resistance that happens in a jump. So we want to strengthen the quads, hamstrings, glutes. Then we want to practice jumping. That's it. That's how you improve jumping. And I'm doing an experiment, okay? So earlier today, I decided to race my dog, and I realized I'm still pretty fucking fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to document how to improve your speed, your 40 time. This is what I'm going to do, all right? I'm going to practice 3 to 5 40-yard sprints twice a week. That's it. With proper form. I'm not going to do any plyometrics. I'm not going to do any Joel Seedman fuckery. I'm going to practice simply sprinting and only twice a week. Hard. You will see within 4 weeks, I will get my 40-yard dash time back down to 4.4 seconds. Watch. That's what I was able to run when I was 18, 19 years old, 20 years old. And I bet I could get there again by practicing twice a week. By doing 10 sprints a week, I'll probably be at about the 4.6, 4.7 range right now. Just gut feeling is what I think I'll be at. And within 4 weeks, I'll be at 4.4. Watch. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. How am I going to do that? Continue to train normally, but most importantly, I think since I was 20 years old, I developed so much strength and power in my lower body that when I retrain my body, the skill specifics of sprinting, I'll be able to apply that and be even faster than I used to be. Of course, I'm about 30 pounds heavier than when I was that fast, but we'll see. All right, let's see. A couple of questions. Okay. Train with free weights by myself. I'm using your method of slow reps, 1 set to failure. To ensure absolute failure, I extend the set with slow partials, then top it off with time static. Whether or not the weight moves has nothing to do with creating tension and stimulating the muscle. Partials are pointless because the weight doesn't have to move. What you should do is just contract against the resistance as long as you can until your body fails. Move on. That is overkill. Okay. Opinion on super slow. I don't like it. I'm super slow is sticking to a 10-10 cadence. I don't think anybody should stick to any cadence. No faster than 4 seconds each direction and no slower than 10. That's all. Weighted bat seems like it should lead to pulling ball. Probably does. Weighted football could lead to overthrowing receivers. Dude, yeah. And they literally make weighted footballs, believe it or not. Guess what they make? Weighted basketballs to make you better at dribbling. You know how bad a weighted basketball would fuck you up? All right, let's see. Love your videos and learn a lot, but you can make your point without cussing and putting people down. You're not more right by the amount of swearing. Shift your focus. dude, this is how I am. And if you don't like it, I don't care. I don't know. My weighted N95 helps me block COVID's better. That's fucking funny. Monkey B's always got some funny shit to say. That's why I like when you join me, because you always got some funny stuff to say. If you don't like my cussing, listen. I grew up in an Italian-American household in a very Italian-American part of New York. We swear. Get over it. Ugh. How do I know that I'm ready to get back into training after a longer training break due to overtraining? Do you feel fresh? Do you feel energetic? Do you feel strong? Do you feel like you could go in the gym and really push? Then you're good. That's all. Do genetics make it easier to learn some skills? Yep. Think about like LeBron James. Like, he could have played in the NFL or he could have played basketball. Russell Wilson could have played in the MLB or football. Terrell Owens, if you remember him, he could have played in the NBA or NFL. What was that guy's name? Antonio. He was a defensive. He was a tight end for the Chargers. He could have played in the NBA or NFL. These individuals, their genetics are so good, they will get good at anything they play. Anything. So yes, it's very genetic. Are some people predisposed to certain skills? Yeah. For example, I'm good at tennis, but terrible at soccer. Yeah, definitely. All right. What would you recommend for a sore Achilles? Simple way to get, dude. Okay. No. If you have a sore Achilles or a sore tendon, what I recommend is ibuprofen and rest. When you have a sore tendon, you should not be doing exercises to improve it. The tendon transmits force to the bone. Okay. The tendon is what the muscle pulls on to move a limb. You get a lot of tension in this tendon. There's a lot of load being put on the tendon. What you're having it from a sore Achilles is microtrauma or trauma, inflammation of your tendon. That inflammation is, you create inflammation to heal the tendon. So you need to wait for that inflammation to go down. You need to wait for that tendon to repair before you load it at all. Lay off it completely lay off it. All right, tips for hard gainers, please. Okay. A tip for hard gainer, here's the thing. You've all heard the same old hard gainer tips. I'm not going to recommend those. What I'm going to recommend is you join my coaching. The reason a hard gainer isn't gaining very well is because they're not training properly. Their diet is out of whack. They're not recovering. Okay. And I could give you these tips and they're going to go in one ear out the other. The hard gainers I've had in my coaching, I had an individual, he was 132 pounds, got over 140 pounds, 35 years old in 3 months. If you're 132 pounds, you are the hardest gainer on the fucking planet. And he gained 10 pounds in 3 months. Guess what else? He didn't lift weights. He did only timed static contraction. What was the difference? Me showing him what to do. So if you are a hard gainer, there's a link in my description. Join my coaching. You won't be able to do it on your own. All right. All those tips, they're all bullshit. You need somebody watching you, watching your training, staying up to date with you on adjusting your training and your diet and giving you the right diet approach. That's what you're missing. All right, your Golden Era system says 1 to 2 sets. Please explain. So the reason I say 1 to 2 sets is because 1 set is all that is required. Granted, you are training properly with adequate intensity and actually taking the set to failure. Most beginners will not be training nearly as hard as they ought to be in the beginning, in which case 2 sets becomes useful. Over time, you're going to get better at training to failure, and you will not be able to tolerate 2 sets. You'll only be able to tolerate 1, in which case you start only doing one. So I recommend 2 in the beginning until people get good enough at the exercises, good enough at controlling the weight, good enough at reaching a level of discomfort that they were previously not used to. And then we start only doing 1 set. Oh my God, I've seen people lift weights or do body weight training on vibration machines. Legit, complete gimmick. Let's see. In one of your TikToks, you said that time static contraction can help with joint problems. What will help with knee and biceps tendon? Biceps tendon, lay off it. Bicep tendon, let it rest. Train your pecs. You can do exercises to avoid placing tension on your biceps tendon. For instance, you could do a pullover machine to train your lats without elbow flexion. You can do a pec fly. If you load it, they'll have pads that you load on your upper arm, and you do it like this. You can train your chest with a pec fly machine like that. They also have the pec deck with the handles. That will hurt your biceps tendon. So what you want to do is lay off it and try to load the muscle groups by loading through your upper arm, either with a pullover, pec fly. Let's see, what will help with knee pain? Knee pain, time static contraction, knee extension, and squat. Okay, those are in the HIIT home workout. All right. Sandusky method. Forgot to ask, what are my pronouns? I am a he, a him. George Costanza can jump high. I love Seinfeld. God, Seinfeld is funny. I still watch Seinfeld multiple times a week. All right, still get sore even though doing the same exercise. You won't get, so you might get kind of sore, but you won't get like that really crazy soreness you usually get when you go through a workout with a trainer who has you do way too much. He admitted that his videos are a joke. It's a way to get people interested and make them learn good workouts from him. Yeah, but his videos are bad workouts. Let's see. The bulk of the stuff. Oh my God. Jerry! Hello, Uncle Leo. No, George's father. My God, George's father. George Costanza's father is the fucking most hilarious person in the world. Pull-up machines are hard to find. Yep. All right. So, okay, guys. Yes, I've been checking my spam. Okay. If the program is not in your spam, please email me the correct email address, because sometimes people type in the email address wrong. I have to go in and change it. All right. So if you haven't gotten the program, check your spam or email me at the email I put in the comments, and I'll go and fix the typo that you may have made with the email address, and I'll send it. Let's see. What pre-exhausting a muscle before a compound movement? We went over that. You don't need to pre-exhaust anything. Yes, modern HIIT. No use in pre-exhausting. James Steele and James Fisher did some very good research and found that pre-exhaust does not result in any additional growth. What compound lifts would you recommend that's beneficial for more Thai practitioners? Basic movements that are in this Golden Era system. The basic movements that are provided in the Golden Era system, that's what I recommend. Just the basic horizontal push, horizontal pull, vertical push, vertical pull, and a leg extension exercise. With those are the basic compound movements you want. That's it. All right, let's see. I'm wondering, how does increasing muscle strength not be hard on the tendons? Well, if you don't screw up your tendons in the process, so what happens is if you move quickly, you increase force. Force equals mass times acceleration. If I take a mass and I accelerate it, that force is transmitted to my connective tissue, my tendons. Okay. There's a limit to how much force these tendons can withstand before they fail. Just like there's a limit to how much force this card can take before it snaps. There's a limit. There's a limit to this. Okay. So when you stimulate a muscle to get stronger, there's an upregulation, in particular myokines, which tell the connective tissues to also get stronger. All right. Your tendons and connective tissue will get stronger as your muscles get stronger, considering you don't beat them up in the process through lifting quickly with high force. So many people are misinformed about skill training versus exercise. Yes, they are. I didn't know shit about it like my whole life. When I was an athlete, I didn't know. All right. When I'm doing exercises with big ranges of motion, I like doing slower than 10s. Is there any disadvantage? Nope. You can do them slow. Absolutely. Is there a minimum time under tension if you're trained to failure? No. But if you use a load that is too heavy, it can be dangerous. Tip for hard gainers: I'd recommend Viagra. Jesus, this is funny. What do you think about Time magazines that exercise fitness has origins? I'm not going to say that word. They'll probably ban me. I think that's fucking ridiculous. So I think they're running out of content. Let's see. Hey, Jay, I put on unbelievable amounts of muscle thanks to your program. You will. You will put on more muscle in a matter of months than you have in a matter of years using my program. Go to goldenerasystem.com. I promise you. To make run of that, improve my strength. Okay, let's see. I'm going to answer a couple more questions, then I'm going to go. Let's see. Is counting calories and macros really that important? No, actually. Okay, so yes and no. You need to be in a calorie deficit in order to mobilize fat. You have to. It doesn't have to do with hormones. It doesn't have to do with insulin and carbs. It has to do with calories. Counting calories seems to be kind of a harder way to do it. The better thing to do is to manage portion size. Okay. Say I'm eating 6 ounces of meat for lunch and dinner, 3 eggs in the morning, bowl of oatmeal, cup of rice for lunch and dinner. Okay. And I'm not losing weight. Well, what do? Half a bowl of oatmeal, 2 eggs in the morning. Start reducing your portion size until you start to lose weight. That's the easiest way to do it instead of all the calorie bullshit. Yeah, Jerry Stiller, the funniest guy ever, that guy. Taste pretzels. I'm making me thirsty. Oh my God. These pretzels are making me thirsty. Dude, I've seen every single fucking, oh my God. I've seen every Seinfeld episode 1,000 times. All right, let's see. One more question. I'm going to pick one that, let's see, David. I'm going to pick one that would. Okay. All right, one more question. Johnny T, quick question. I love doing a set of pull-ups and push-ups in the morning to wake my body up. Any way that could lead to overtraining. Only if you do it to failure. All right. It could. All right. I'm going to finish the live stream up with this question. Remember, goldenerasystem.com. Check out my program. You'll put on more muscle and lose more fat in 2 workouts a week than any program you've ever tried. Guarantee it. Okay. So I had one client, Monty, that started to plateau in his improvements. So when my clients start to plateau, and this was one of my personal training clients, I was training him in person, okay? And he stopped getting stronger. He started going down. His strength started to decrease. So I asked him, Monty, what are you doing? He had been doing push-ups every day in combination with 2 workouts with me every week that I trained him, and he got weaker. Okay. So could it lead to overtraining? Yes, it could. Absolutely could. If you're going to do them, just don't do them to failure. Okay. All right. Yeah, the live streams are kind of short, but I tried to squeeze one in later tonight, but it's like 7 by 8 p.m. My brain's dead. I go hard. I'm just like dead. Okay, one last question, everybody. Hello, best way for leg gains. The best way for leg gains is do what this system tells you to do. That's it. That's all you got to do. All right, goldenerasystem.com. That's it for me. Try to squeeze one in later at night, even though I'm not productive at night. I'm a morning person. I'm productive at 6 in the morning. I'm not productive at 6 at night. So I die. So that's why it's kind of short. But like, subscribe, hit the bell, share this video with people you know if they are training in sports, because they can understand the explanation behind why those Joel Seaman things are stupid. I don't just go say things are stupid and not provide a reason for it. I give you the actual reasoning and explanation behind it, which cannot be refuted. Okay? All right, everybody. I will see you later.